Welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's close to the heart of our Christian walk: living out the fruit of the Spirit. This fruit, as outlined in Galatians 5:22-23, includes love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Now, these aren't just nice words to embroider on a pillow. They are the very qualities that define our lives when the Spirit of God is at work within us.
Love, as we explore it in our walk with God, isn't just about the feelings we experience. It's more about the actions we take. It's actively choosing to extend grace and care to others, especially when it's difficult. This kind of love is about putting the needs of others before our own, just as Jesus taught us. When Jesus said the greatest commandment is to love God and love our neighbor as yourself, he wasn't suggesting something easy or superficial. He was talking about a love that shows up in everyday life. This means being patient with your family, even after a long and tiring day. It's about showing kindness to strangers, not because you have to, but because your heart is moved to do so. This is love in action. When you choose to listen to someone who needs to be heard, when you go out of your way to help someone in need, when you forgive someone who may not even have asked for forgiveness. It's in these moments, big and small, that we truly live out the commandment of love. So as we go about our lives this week, let's keep this question in mind. How are we living out this act of love? Are our choices and actions a reflection of the love that Jesus has called us to? Let this be our challenge and our joy, to love not just in words, but in our actions and truth. 1 Corinthians 13:13 So now faith, hope, and love abide, these three, but the greatest of these is love.
Now let's move on to joy. This joy we find in our faith isn't just a fleeting moment of happiness. It's something much more enduring and deep-rooted. It's a kind of joy that persists regardless of our external circumstances, anchored in the unshakable knowledge that God is in control. This joy doesn't ignore the challenges or difficulties we face. Instead, it offers a perspective that sees beyond the immediate trials. It's the joy you feel when, despite everything seeming to fall apart around you, there's a calm assurance in your heart telling you that God's got this. It's knowing that even in the darkest times, His light is still shining on you. Think about it in your own life. You might be facing situations that seem insurmountable. Yet there's this underlying current of joy because you know you're not alone in it. God is right there with you, guiding, supporting, and holding you up. So, as you navigate through your days, look for that joy. It might be in a quiet moment of prayer, in a striking dawn, a well-made meal, or a sense of satisfaction from a job well done. Remember, this joy isn't dependent on things going your way. It's about recognizing God's presence and love in every moment of your life. That's the joy that sustains, that carries us through life's ups and downs, and keeps our spirits uplifted.
Another aspect of the Spirit's work that significantly influences our walk with God is peace. Amid a world frequently dominated by unrest and turmoil, maintaining inner peace is a strong demonstration of our faith. This peace, deeply rooted in our trust in God, isn't about living a life free from troubles or challenges. Rather, it's about maintaining a calm and steady heart even when everything around us is in chaos. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm, where everything is whirling and raging around you, yet inside, you feel a deep, unmovable calm. This is the peace that comes from knowing, without a doubt, that God is in control. It's a peace that says, no matter what happens, God is with me. He's my anchor in this storm. As you navigate the various challenges and uncertainties life throws your way, remember this peace. It's not about denying the existence of problems or pretending they don't affect you. It's about holding on to the truth that God is bigger than any storm you might face. When you're anchored in God's peace, Life storms might ruffle your sails, but they won't capsize your boat. So, as you go about your days, carry this peace with you. Let it be a light that not only guides your path, but also shines brightly for others to see. In a world that often feels chaotic and unsteady, let the peace of God in your heart serve as an anchor of hope and stability.
Now, let's talk about patience. This one's tough, right? A virtue that often seems in short supply in today's fast-moving world. In the rush of our daily lives, where everything is instant and on demand, patience can feel like an ancient, forgotten language. Yet, it's one of the significant aspects of the Spirit, a clear sign of God's work within us. Reflect for a moment on the patience of God. His tolerance and long-suffering with us are nothing short of extraordinary. Every day, He waits for us, guides us, and forgives us, time and time again. Now, if this is the patience that God shows us, imagine how our lives could transform if we were to mirror this patience in our interactions with others. Patience is more than just biting your tongue when you're stuck in traffic or keeping your cool when your coffee order is wrong. It's about showing grace to your kids when they're testing your limits, understanding with your coworkers when they don't meet your expectations, and just maintaining composure in the countless little irritations of everyday life. This week, as you face those moments that test your patience, remember this: patience is a clear indicator of the Spirit at work in you. It's not just about waiting without complaining, it's about actively choosing grace, understanding, and calmness. When you practice patience, you're not only cultivating a fruit of the Spirit, you're also bearing witness to the patience God shows each of us every day. So, let's embrace patience, not as a burden, but as a beautiful expression of our faith. In a world that values speed and instant results, let our patience be a quiet, yet powerful testimony of God's enduring presence in our lives.
Now, kindness and goodness. These two virtues are like inseparable siblings. They encourage us to choose the path of goodness, not because of the expectation of recognition or reciprocation, but because they align with the natural law of God written in our hearts. It's the small yet profound acts that define these virtues. Picture holding the door for someone with a genuine smile just to brighten someone's day. Think of the cashier at the grocery store, how a kind word can lift their spirits, and helping a neighbor just to be considerate. In these seemingly ordinary gestures, we discover the extraordinary nature of kindness and goodness. These actions reflect the very heart of God, who, in His boundless love, showers His blessings on us, often without us realizing it. Just as God's goodness and kindness are always present, our acts of kindness and goodness can serve as a reflection of His love in a world that sometimes overlooks the beauty of selflessness.
Now, let's explore the concept of faithfulness. Faithfulness is more than just keeping promises. It's about embodying loyalty, reliability, and firm devotion. Consider God's faithfulness. His promises endure for all eternity, and His love never falters. If this is the faithfulness God demonstrates toward us, ponder the impact of mirroring this in our relationships and commitments. Faithfulness extends beyond mere reliability. It's a profound commitment to God, a dedicated presence in our families, and a sense of responsibility to our communities. It means being there when it matters most, standing by loved ones through thick and thin, and being a pillar of support for those in need. As you navigate life, remember that faithfulness is a tangible reflection of the Spirit's work within you. It embodies loyalty, trust, and unwavering dedication. Practicing faithfulness doesn't just cultivate a fruit of the Spirit. It becomes a living testament to God's unchanging love, and our unwavering devotion to Him, our families, and our communities. Embrace faithfulness, not as a burdensome duty, but as a commendable expression of your faith. In a world where commitments can be fleeting, let your faithfulness stand as a testament to God's enduring love and your constant devotion.
Now, gentleness. A quality often misunderstood in a world that sometimes values assertiveness and strength over all else. Gentleness is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it's a profound display of strength under control, guided by wisdom. It's about consciously choosing a soft answer over a harsh word, about guiding with a gentle touch, rather than pushing forcefully. Consider the gentleness of God. He doesn't coerce or overpower. Instead, He leads with grace and tenderness. If this is the gentleness that God extends to us, imagine the impact of reflecting this gentleness in our interactions with others. Gentleness goes beyond the surface. It's an inner strength that helps us stay calm when things get tough. It's choosing compassion over confrontation, empathy over judgment, and understanding over criticism. Gentleness is the bridge that fosters meaningful connections and diffuses tension. As you encounter moments that test your patience and gentleness, remember that gentleness is a clear indicator of the Spirit's work within you. It's not about suppressing your strength, but channeling it in a way that uplifts and comforts others. When you practice gentleness, you are not just nurturing a fruit of the Spirit. You're also embodying the gentle guidance that God provides each of us. So, let's embrace gentleness as a sign of true strength, guided by wisdom. In a world that often values assertiveness, let our gentleness be a quiet but powerful testimony of God's love and the strength we find in Him.
Lastly, self-control, a virtue that often challenges us in a world filled with temptations and distractions. Self-control isn't merely about restraining ourselves. It's about reining in those impulses that lead us away from God's best for us. It's a deliberate choice to make decisions that align with God's will, even when our own desires pull us in different directions. Consider the self-control of God. His divine plan and purpose are unchanging, and He remains steadfast in His commitment to guide us on the right path. When we practice self-control, we mirror God's unwavering determination to lead us towards a life of righteousness and fulfillment. Self-control is the compass that keeps us on course. It's about making choices that prioritize eternal values over temporary pleasures. It's saying no to instant gratification in favor of lasting joy. Self-control empowers us to resist the allure of worldly temptations and stay true to God's plan for our lives. This week, as you face moments where your impulses tug at you, remember that self-control is a clear sign of the Spirit's work within you. When you practice self-control, you're not just cultivating a fruit of the Spirit, you're also living out God's plan with determination. So let's embrace self-control as a way to honor God in our choices. In a world filled with distractions and temptations, let our self-control serve as a testament to our commitment to follow God's path and seek His best for our lives.
In conclusion, this fruit of the Spirit, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control are not just abstract ideals, but practical qualities that shape our daily lives. They are the evidence of God's work within us, guiding us to live in a way that reflects His love and character. As we go forth this week, may this fruit of the Spirit be evident in our actions, and may they shine as a beacon of God's light in a world that often needs it more than ever. Thank you for joining us in this reflection on the fruit of the Spirit. Let's go forth with renewed intention to live out these qualities in our daily lives. Have a blessed week, and may the Spirit of God continue to work within you, transforming you into a living testament of His love and grace. Amen.